What's up guys, my name is Santino, and in today's video I'm going to try my best to help you guys with this legendary weapon tier list. I feel like all legendary weapons are good for their own things and they could all be good depending on the build. But obviously you guys are going to disagree with at least one take in this video, so comment down below your opinions. I'm going to be looking through all the comments and I want advice and opinions. Let me know what you guys think, and yeah, let's get into it. First weapon we're going to rank is a Grand Sudaruska. The Grand Sudaruska is honestly really good and probably one of my favorite legendary weapons. It's really good for both PvE and PvP. The critical is meta for PvP since it has great AoE and it guard breaks easily. You can't really go wrong with the Grand Sudaruska, and it has great damage. It can fit on almost any build, so I'm gonna put the Grand Sudaruska in B tier. Next weapon is a Crypt Blade, which is also one of my favorite legendary weapons. Honestly, this might be a crazy take to some, but the Crypt Blade isn't as good as it used to be. It used to be scary to see someone using it, but now it's just normal. I feel like the Crypt Blade is outdated, but that doesn't mean that it's bad. It has great M1 damage and it's just still a decent weapon in my opinion. It's pretty outdated though, so I'm gonna put this one in C tier. The critical is kind of bad now and there are a lot of better options, especially since Shadow recently got 2 legendary weapons. On to the next weapon, the Curved Blade of Winds. Curved is another classic and it's also one of my favorites. You can't really go wrong with this weapon since it has good damage, good criticals, and overall just good stats. This weapon works on almost every build and it still holds up well to this day. I'll put the Curved Blades of Winds in B tier under Grand Sudaruska. Anyway, on to the next weapon after that, the Ignition Deep Crusher. This weapon used to be so much better, but I feel like it's kind of fallen off since then. It's still a decent weapon though, don't get me wrong. I feel like almost everything about this weapon is mid except for a couple of things. I'm gonna put this one in C tier above Crypt Blade. This next weapon is another one of my favorites, and that's the Deep Spindle. The Deep Spindle is honestly so busted and is so annoying to fight. It has really fast swing speed and it's hard to parry. It also has great criticals and just overall good damage in my opinion. There's nothing really bad with this weapon, so that's why I'm gonna put it in A tier. Now let's rank the Eye of Malice. Eye of Malice isn't really talked about anymore and I feel like it's pretty underrated. It has a good critical for combos, good M1 damage, great range, and it's just really easy to use. Something I've noticed is that most people using this weapon are really boosted, but they still win their ones. I'm gonna put this in B tier above Grand Sudaruska. Next, let's rank the Blood Fowler. Currently, the Blood Fowler might be the best legendary weapon in the game. It just depends on who you ask, but in my opinion, it's definitely up there. It has insane damage with a really good crit and it has lots of range. Once again, everything is really good with this weapon and there's not much bad at all. This is easily the first S tier of the video. Next weapon on the list is a Fractine. Honestly, the Fractine is kind of mid right now and it's honestly one of the most forgettable legendaries in the game. I haven't really seen anyone use it in months and I never really even see people talk about it. This is for good reason though. It has pretty mediocre damage and just overall bad stats. It recently got a buff for the critical, making it deal a good amount of damage though. I like the concept of the weapon, I just wish that they buff it a little more. I'm gonna put this one in C tier. The next weapon is another bad one, and that's the Hailbreaker. Everyone agrees that this weapon just sucks overall. The criticals are really bad since they're easy to predict and they have a long windup. Honestly, maybe the worst legendary weapon criticals. The weapon also has a terrible swing speed. This weapon just sucks, so I'm gonna put it in D tier. Anyway, moving on to the Rosen's Hellflame. Rosen's was good for the first week it dropped and then they nerfed it and now it's terrible. The only good rifle in the game right now is probably the Stormkeeper. Pretty much everything about the Rosen's Hellflame is just overall bad. There are just so many better options, so I'm gonna put this one in D tier under the Hailbreaker. Next weapon is the Imperator's Edge. This weapon is really good, but I feel like it's a little overrated. You can't really go wrong with the Imperator's Edge though. It does really good damage and it has the second best range in the entire game. The only downside that I can think of off the top of my head is that it has a very high stat requirement. So yeah, I'm gonna put this one in A tier. Now let's rank the Imperial Staff. Unlike the last weapon, the Imperial Staff is really underrated. Imperial Staff is actually really good for PvP. The criticals deal great damage and are very hard to parry. They're also great for mix-ups too. The Imperial Staff also has a really fast swing speed, making it even better for mix-ups. If you're really good at the game and you know what you're doing, this weapon could be top tier. I'm putting this one under Deep Spindle in A tier. This next weapon is one of my recent favorites, and that's the Iron Requiem. It's a really unique idea and I feel like a legendary gun just fits the concept of ironcing really well. The weapon is also really good too. The 2 criticals are pretty nice and versatile in my opinion. Iron Requiem also has really good damage and it's just good overall. I'm gonna put this one in B tier. Now that we're halfway through, comment down below what you guys disagree with so far. I want to improve my next list as much as possible, so yeah, let me know. Anyway, next weapon's low-key irrelevant now, and that's the Kiersiger. Kiersiger used to be pretty good, but after the nerfs, now it's kind of mid. Nothing crazy, but it's not bad at all. It fell off, but that doesn't mean it's bad in my opinion. I'm putting the Kiersiger in C tier above the Crypt Blade. This next weapon might be my favorite legendary weapon in the game, and that's the Kier's Winner. Winner. Pierce Winner is just a really fun legendary weapon to play in my opinion. The criticals are really good and everything about the weapon is just overall pretty good. Not much wrong with it in my opinion. I'll put the Pierce Winner in A tier above the Deep Spindle. The next weapon is the Light's Final Toll. I think everyone watching already knows, but the Light's Final Toll used to be one of the best legendaries in the game. It had a hard fall off though. It's not as good as it used to be and it's honestly kind of irrelevant now. For these reasons, I'm gonna put it in D tier above the Hailbreaker. Next weapon is a Lumen Splinter, and this weapon is honestly so broken. It's really annoying to fight and I just hate fighting this. The critical might be one of the best in the game. It's great for boss raiding or just any form of PvP in my opinion. It also does really good damage and has great range. The Lumen Splitter critical honestly needs to be nerfed. I'm gonna put this in S tier. Now I'm gonna rank the Flare Blood combos. Flare Bloods are honestly pretty underrated. They have a lot of damage for light weapons and the critical is really good. Almost everything is good about this weapon, so I'm gonna put this in B tier. This next weapon is one of the most controversial, and that's the Izalee's Pirate Keeper. Izalee's Pirate Keeper has so many criticals that it's just insane. Honestly, a couple of them are kind of mid, but if you learn how to use all of them to their full potential, you can do a lot of damage fast. There's just so many good things about the Pirate Keeper. It has tons of damage, burns on M1, rate M1 damage, easy to use, fast swing speed, and it's honestly just one of the best. It's been getting subtle nerfs recently though. Before these, it would be S tier, but now it's just a high A tier. Next weapon is a Pleaseke's Inferno. Honestly, this weapon's kind of overrated despite the fact that it's pretty forgettable for most players. Honestly, everything about it is mid, but it could still be a great weapon just depending on the build. I'm putting it in C tier above the Kiersegur. After this weapon is a new Red Death. Honestly, I haven't gotten the Red Death yet, but I've done my research and overall the Red Death is really good. It has really good damage, good criticals, and it's especially good for mix-ups. It's overall just a very good weapon, so I'm gonna put it in A tier. Next weapon is a Bolt Crusher. Bolt Crusher is known for its huge damage and annoying criticals. It's really good for mix-ups and overwhelming your enemy. It's annoying to fight, and with the right build, it could be really good. I'm gonna put this in A tier too. We're nearly done now, just 6 weapons left. Next weapon on the list is a Soul Thorn. Soul Thorn is honestly really good, and it could be great if used by the right player. The criticals are super good, and it has tons of damage. It also has a really good swing speed. Honestly, Soul Thorn is just overall really good, so I'm gonna put this one in A tier above the Imperial Staff. After that is the Storm's Eye. The Storm's Eye is honestly really overrated, but it isn't bad at all. After the rifle nerfs, it fell off honestly, but it's still decent. It has pretty good swing speed and a good critical. I'm gonna put this in B tier. On to the next weapon, the new Wheel and Woe. Honestly, this weapon isn't bad at all. The criticals are really good. It does good damage. I'm not gonna yap again, but all the stats are just really good. It's drippy too. Probably my favorite new legendary weapon, so I'm gonna put this one in A tier. The next weapon now is the Umbright Witherblade. Umbright Witherblade is overhated in my opinion. If you go to the wiki page, there's a guy commenting all the time about how he hates this weapon. But anyway, this weapon's alright. It has overall pretty good stats, but it's not super good. It could be really good depending on the build, but I'm gonna put this in mid B tier. Anyway, next weapon now is a Wraith Claw. Wraith Claw in my opinion is pretty bad. From my experience, I hated it. If you're going for a fifth scale build, then it isn't bad, but there are just so many better options to go. Wraith Claw is honestly just really mid in my opinion, and it's probably my least favorite legendary weapon in the entire game. I'm putting this in D above Light's Final Toll. Now for the final weapon, the Guiding Star. It has the best range in the entire game, and it has a really good swing speed too. The critical is also really annoying to fight. Despite all that though, it doesn't even do that much damage. On the right builds, the Guiding Star could be really good still. I'm gonna put this in A tier above the Imperator's Edge. Anyway, that's the final list. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments and what I could do to improve it. I'm open for criticism and I'll appreciate any advice that you guys can give. Shout out to Sleepy for helping me a lot with this video. If you want to help me with videos like him, join my guild server, link down below. And if you want to talk to me, just join my main server, link is also in the description. Anyway, yeah, bye.